Fatima was the fifth child of the Prophet Muhammad and Khadijah. She was about 5 years old when the Prophet received revelation, so scholars say she grew up in Islam. She adopted so many characteristics from her father that Aisha says, "I have not seen anyone who resembled the Holy Prophet more in manners, habits, character, and in the method of sitting and standing than Fatima." The Prophet had so much love for her that if he would be seated and Fatima would enter, he would get up and kiss her between her eyes all the time. Even though Fatima and Ali were poor, they still had a happy marriage. The Prophet would go to visit them, and he would hear their laughter from outside. They had 4 children. Fatima was only 28 years old when her father died. She went through a very hard time. She entered upon the Prophet when he fell ill, but he was unable to get up to kiss her, as he usually does. So she sat to the right of the Prophet while she was crying. The Prophet said, "Bring your ear closer to me, O Fatima." So he whispered something in her ear, so she cried. The Prophet again said, "Bring your ear closer to me, O Fatima," and he whispered something else in her ear, and so she laughed. Aisha later asked her after the death of the Prophet, "Please tell me what he whispered to you," she said. Firstly he said, "O Fatima, I am going to die tonight," and so I cried. And when he saw me crying, he said, "Will you not be satisfied that you will be the first from amongst my family to follow me, and that you will be the leader of the women of paradise?" And so I laughed. Fatima died 6 months after the Prophet, and she instructed Ali, "When you bury me, to cover me properly. I don't want anyone to see anything of me, and bury me during the night, for I am embarrassed from the multitude of people attending." Ali was very upset by her death and cried a lot. He said, "I have never been more exhausted from anything more than I was as a result of the death of the Prophet and Fatima within 6 months of each other." Fatima was the highest example of chastity, honor, modesty, and piousness for all Muslim women.